Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am going to apologize that I've been very slack this month in posting videos and showing you what we've had going on in our kitchen or our house. But December is an extremely busy month for us between church activities and stuff for the kids and then Christmas stuff for work. It has just kept me going nonstop. So there's been a lot of nights that we've had super easy meals that are not YouTube worthy. Then I do have at least 3 meals that I'm going to show you today that are so simple and so good that I thought you might enjoy. If you try them, let me know what you think, and otherwise get ready for January because we're going to come back stronger than ever. All right, let's get into it. For our first meal of the week, it is a meatless meal. We're going to make macaroni and tomatoes. You want to bring 2 cups of water up to a boil, add in 1 cup of elbow macaroni and salt the water. Cook it until it is almost done but not completely done. Then you're going to add in 2 cups of vegetable juice, tomato juice, a can of diced tomatoes, undrained, a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of bacon grease, and a little bit of pepper to taste. Cook this until the noodles are completely done, and then you're ready to serve. This is the perfect meatless Monday meal or a perfect side dish. Next up, this was probably my most favorite meal of the week. We're going to make crock pot beef tips and gravy. In my large skillet, I have about 1.5 pounds of stewed beef meat, and I'm just browning that up in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to salt and pepper this to taste. We're going to cook the meat until it's brown on each side, but not cooked all the way through. Once the meat is browned on every side, go ahead and transfer it to your crock pot. Now in a separate bowl, we're going to work on the liquid mixture. It's just 3 cups of beef broth, a packet of dry onion soup mix, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 3 cloves of garlic, minced or grated, as you can see that I did, and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Whisk that together until everything is combined and pour it over your meat. At this point, we're going to cover it, set the crock pot on low, and cook for 6 hours. After the 6 hours is up, your meat should look like this, and your gravy should look like this as well. Serve it however you like. We chose to serve it over mashed potatoes, but it's perfect over rice or egg noodles. Now, this is probably the easiest recipe of the week. You literally just want to brown up about 1 pound of hamburger, and then we're going to measure with our heart when we season with some minced onion. Some of the Kinder's, the blend seasoning is just salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and a couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce. Add all that to your meat. Cook the meat until there's no more pink, and then drain the grease and add it right back into your pan. Now to your drained hamburger meat, you want to add 1/2 cup of milk and 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. And then we're going to add about 16 to 18 ounces of frozen hash browns. Now we are at my favorite part of the whole meal. We're going to add about 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese to our meat mixture. Stir that to combine really well, add it to your bacon dish, and then you want to bake at 375 for about 30 minutes or so. And then after the 30 minutes are up, you want to pull it back out of the oven, put the remaining 1/2 cup of cheese on your casserole, pop it back in the oven for another 10 minutes. And this is tasty served by itself, or you can add a vegetable and some bread with it. Now the last and final meal of the week is my cheater meal, as I like to call it. All it is, I made a roast in the oven using this seasoning packet, and it's super easy. I have about a 2 to 2.5 pound chuck roast that I'm going to place straight in the bag per the packet instructions. I have 1 onion that I'm just going to peel and slice up and add it straight into the bag. Now I'm going to add some baby red potatoes in here. I had a 3-pound bag and I probably used 1/3 to half of the bag. I just have them out. I'm going to quarter them so they're like the same sizes. I didn't measure exactly how many I used, but it's okay. Once they're cut up, add them to the bag. I have baby carrots. I just eyeballed how many I wanted in there based on my family's love of carrots, or lack thereof. I didn't cut those down anymore since they were already small. And then I'm going to add the seasoning. You just mix it in with a 1/4 cup of water and then pour it into the bag and seal the bag completely. Now we need to cut some slits in the top of the bag before we pop it in the oven. You want to pop it in the oven per the package instructions. I think it was like 375 degrees for an hour, hour and a half based on my size roast. Once it's done, remove the meat, shred it, and then add it back to your vegetables and toss it to coat. We served ours over rice. That's how I've always done it. Let me know if you try it.